I don't really know. I think maybe this will be a video I will look back upon and think like, wow, that happened. I almost forgot, like 2020, wow, that was a year. Or I will look back on it and think, that's when shit started going south. Or maybe I will look back on this and remember that this was the year where we, in a sense, started understanding how we could get things right. And we actually started changing things up in a better direction. Maybe. So we came back from traveling half the world, pretty much, in November 2019, and we lived at my parents' place until January 2020, and then moved to Cologne without any plan, without any job. I actually did not even know how to pay the first rent. It was a time full of uncertainty, and I really didn't know where this would all go. And it was a very exciting time, but also, how should I put this? I was an emotional wreck at that time, just full of doubt. Like, the YouTube channel wasn't really blowing up. I did not have a job. I was pretty much just hanging in there from job to job, getting a little bit money here and there. And after the virus started spreading more and more, and which take headlines in the news and everything, I remember a day where I would hear helicopters, and it's normal to see one helicopter up in the air, like maybe two if there's something, I don't know, serious happening, if they're looking for a criminal or something. That happened, but I've never saw like 5 helicopters flying in a row somewhere, and that was the moment where I knew, like, this shit's serious now. I did all these calls with friends and family from near and far, and I didn't know what to think about. Like, was this how it would be for the near time, for the next months, for the next years? Like, is this the future? Meeting your friends online, virtually, seeing some pixelated faces through your webcam. But then after a while, like after the first and pretty much only real lockdown I feel we had in this country, things actually started getting better. It started to look better, and we even went to Austria for a short holiday. That was lovely. That was great. I enjoyed it. Sometimes when I think about it, I want to go back into the mountains in the mountain hut where, you know, everything's just somehow fine. Or to New Zealand, or the Azores. I don't really care. I really just feel like I want to get away from this reality, I guess. There's again a plane flying by, and I don't know if that's like normal in this area. We formerly didn't live in Cologne, but there just seemed to be a lot of planes flying by. Even today I saw 2 jets flying around, and sometimes it's private planes, and then sometimes it's passenger planes, but it's just really a lot of planes. And if I'm being really honest, every time I hear a plane, especially during the time of the election in America, a part of me, I'd like to say was, but still is anxious, because I fear that things might actually get out of control, might get out of hand. The planes are one thing, but every time I hear an ambulance, and I don't know how it is for you, how it is in your area, your country, but I hear fairly a lot. There's no day going by, no hour. I sometimes feel like not even half an hour or 10 minutes going by where I do not hear an ambulance reminding me of that shit still being very, very real, that shit just not being over. Yeah, other than that, I just really worked a lot this year. I worked and I had a lot of fun. I actually loved the work and the guys whom I met, and almost became an employee again. Yeah, that almost happened. So I'm actually a freelancer. I'm self-employed, but then things also went south there in a way, and it didn't happen. And now that it did not happen, I'm actually quite happy with it. But that's like a whole story on its own. And Kat and I started a company, and she actually initiated all of this, and I'm I'm just incredibly proud of her, and I'm just really happy to help her out of it and hopefully make something incredible out of it, something big and something that we're both proud of. And I really see that coming, but again, like whole different story, whole story on its own. And now it's the end of the year, and I've been going back to making YouTube videos, so that's a positive. That's good. And until a few days ago, we had like a lockdown light, quote unquote. I'm quite well aware that this year I have been very fortunate and a lot of people have not been. Now we're having a harder lockdown again. Still doesn't feel like the first one, but maybe because we just kind of familiarized ourselves already with it, because maybe that's already the new normal, I guess. And it's funny, until a few days ago, I thought I was doing like really well. I was like fighting my way through the year, and I was just getting it all done. And I just did not realize that I've kept myself so busy. It never really got to me that I was just hanging in there somehow. And this year has been so polarizing. I mean, I feel that the election in the US is just such a good example. It's actually not relevant for people here in Germany, but it just felt like everyone was looking over to America. But yet again, at the same time, there was a lot of polarization and a lot of dividends among people about the whole situation with COVID. Like, I feel that I wasn't, or maybe still, that I'm not able to really talk to some of my people, some of my friends, maybe even family, about the whole situation and what to think of it and how to behave and how to actually approach it. Not only by myself, but, like all of us actually together. And I'm just really, really tired. I don't want to have a new normal that is even more divided than we've already have been. I'd like to have a new normal where we come together, like locally, nationally, hopefully someday globally, where we really understand that we actually are all in this together. And as corny as that sounds, as maybe, I don't know, I did and I do not believe in this because of COVID, but because of everything else. I just feel like 2020 has been a year that showed us that there are challenges that kind of exceed our personal or local or national horizon, but challenges that we as a global community somehow have to face. And this may just have been the first one. And what if we actually face more serious challenges? Will we all shrug shoulders again? Will we all just not give a fuck and not care for it and carry on, keep on doing our own egocentric business? Or will we actually come together? I was thinking about what I'm wishing for myself for 2021, and I guess I don't have the right to wish that we all come together, but I'm wishing for myself to be more of an understanding, less of an ignorant person, and approaching people that maybe do not share my opinion, and not even out of pity, but like genuinely have love for them. Yeah, and I guess I just miss having an open conversation, having a good talk, critical talk about the future with my friends and family. and being a little bit more optimistic about it.